So recently, two people who have had a lot of drama surrounding both their name and their brands have been Logan Paul and YouTube golden boy MrBeast. For MrBeast, we had the nightmare situation with his best friend Chris, and of course all the other allegations about him coming to light regarding faking videos, treating employees in potentially illegal ways, and overall his brand and reputation has taken a major hit. For Logan, he obviously opened the CoffeeZilla can of worms once again. There was yet another shady project that he was heavily involved in now being exposed, and his beverage brand Prime has been losing relevance for the last calendar year, as the hype bubble on the product has seemed to have burst, and on top of that they are now facing a class action lawsuit, and to make matters even worse, they were then sued by the Olympic Committee, as well as a company called Refresco, who had allegedly signed a multi-year bottling deal with Prime when their sales were soaring high, that Prime allegedly tried to back out of at the last minute, likely due to underwhelming performance. Basically, when Prime signed the deal, there was no sign that the sales of the product would drop so much, so Prime then agreed to quotas that they would not be able to fulfill, leading them to potentially lose a lot of money on the deal. So Prime then goes to this company, allegedly, and now Refresco wants $60 million. And so I'm sure you're wondering at this point, well okay, what do MrBeast and Logan Paul have to do with each other? Well, for years they have seemed to have had a good rapport. Logan has actually been one of the main focuses of several of MrBeast's competitions and videos, and MrBeast has been on Logan's podcast and featured in his content from time to time as well. Well, now MrBeast and Logan Paul are coming together to create their latest garbage product that they will peddle on their young, impressionable audience. So it all really started when Logan Paul tweeted out this a couple of days ago where he says, "Be there, Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern." Sharing this photo of him and his business partner KSI where he says that they're on to the next chapter. The next day, he would go on Instagram Live with MrBeast to announce their latest product.
Perhaps you are familiar with this product.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you look closely, this product has a candy, an entree, and a drink.
Wait.
I think I'm starting to see where they're going here.
A drink?
A drink.
Some chocolate?
Yep, some chocolate.
And an entree.
And an entree.
Wait. Some
I don't even want to say
chocolate,
Chocolate,
a drink,
a drink,
and an entree.
and an entree.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you guys for laying that out for us 3 separate times. These guys clearly know the age of their target consumer here.
Perhaps you guys are piecing this together, but this is Lunchables, and
This is something,
You know,
we grew up eating. It's a thing.
it's a thing, but it's been around forever. And
Yeah, we don't have to.
no, we don't got it.
Rizzler, what's your thoughts on
Show
it?
us what you think of this.
Oh!
So as you guys can see there, they even recruited the Rizzler to give his opinion on Lunchables. I mean, in general, Lunchables are known for just being absolute ass when it comes to nutrition. Their packaging apparently has a whole lot of lead in it, and it was actually a product that was built out of failure. Back in the 90s, they had all this mystery meat that they really did not know what to do with because no adult wanted to buy it anymore, and so they thought, what are we gonna do with all this? We're gonna have to close down these different manufacturing plants. And that wasn't until someone had the genius idea of marketing it towards kids, giving them a little bit of autonomy, like, hey, I can make my little sandwich at lunch, package that with some good marketing and a good product design, and it was just an absolute hit. But that does not mean it's ever been considered something that's actually good for a kid to consume.
Can you do the face too? Oh my gosh.
So
Okay.
perhaps you piece this together because we realized in JJ we have a drink.
Here, you want to hold it so it's easier to visualize?
Here it is. New hydration beverage.
I sell chocolate.
We thought we came together to create a Lunchables competitor featuring the fastest growing hydration beverage ever and the fastest growing candy ever. And so we did that. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce you to Lunchly.
Oh my gosh.
The fact that the stream is like breaking down like it has around 10 pixels right now is just actually so prophetic that it hurts, because to me this whole idea was just entirely half-assed. Like, this is literally just like them copying Lunchables' homework and trying to change a couple of things on their paper. And here these guys are acting like they discovered fire for making this blatant ripoff of another product. And so yeah, it's essentially a Feastables Prime collab. You got the Pizza Edition, which is a blatant ripoff of the Lunchables concept. You got the Turkey Stack'em, which is just like the classic Lunchable. And then you got the Fiesta Nacho. I'm sure Lunchable does this shit too, okay? There's all different types of Lunchables at this point. This guy, Miles, claims that every middle school lunch is about to look like this, and if that's the truth, I just feel really sorry for these kids. This guy, Jack Appleby, if that's even a real person, says every kid is gonna want these for school lunch. They're gonna make millions. Even this Logan Paul fan page came out to say, hey, for the record, you can eat lunch leaf for dinner too. Like, I'm sorry, but if you were an adult, or even a kid, grabbing one of these for dinner, either you need a better parent, or you as an adult need to develop some better decision-making skills. Here was KSI announcing the product on Twitter, and as you guys can see in the comments, the fans are not happy. They say, this is unhealthy for you guys, don't consume. A collab with MrBeast, not a good look. We will not be buying. This isn't lunch. None of this is lunch. You're poisoning these kids. You could literally market anything healthy or beneficial successfully. Do better. So here I am on their website, guys, just to see what it's all about. Lunchly, have fun for lunch. There you have their 3 existing products, brought to you by creators that leave no crumbs. Delivering the dream, beyond basic lunch kits designed by today's internet icons. I mean, aren't these things literally the definition of basic? Like, this shit literally looks like an off-brand Lunchable that you would see at the Dollar Tree. And I like how here they say, living the bite life, and it's just a bunch of random photos of these guys that literally have nothing to do with the product. Like, to me, this whole project just looks incredibly half-assed. But don't worry guys, you're gonna be the life of the lunchroom when you whip this out your backpack. I mean literally guys, just look and read how many chemicals are in this bullshit. Now, the credit I will give to MrBeast here is that he does seem to have the cleanest product on this entire list. But obviously, chocolate is still not good for you, and this is still essentially just a box of sugar and carbs and empty protein. And so they say this is how they stack up against the competition, okay? This is them versus the leading brand, who is likely Lunchable. Lunchly is flavorable. The leading brand, standard. And here once again, Prime flexes their electrolytes. Oh, they have bold packaging. The other guys, they're basic. Big gestures, okay? Mid-moments. Who the fuck came up with this? Now here they directly put themselves up against Lunchables, which I always think is kind of like a corny way to market a product. I mean, I'm not surprised that they did this because in literally every single marketing campaign I've ever seen from MrBeast Feastables, he goes out of his way to try and shit on his lead competitor, Hershey's.
I was in a Feastables business meeting and I realized tasting better than Hershey's wasn't so special. Doesn't everything taste better than Hershey's?
Honestly, I think Hershey's bars just taste like shit, to be honest. Just been here forever. They're kind of boring. They just have the shelf space and no one really competes with them. And I think it's time someone just comes in there and it's like, shut up, you boomers. Make new products and innovate or just get the fuck out of here. All the time, I just grab a Hershey's bar and anytime I see throw it at the wall. It's kind of a joke. Oh, so, that's so funny.
I'm going to buy a Hershey chocolate bar.
Which is horse shit.
Or a Feastable.
Great.
And the Hershey is going to go to what? What is that going to go to?
Some rich guy.
Some fucking rich dude.
Yeah, that rich guy.
Yeah, dude.
5 Feastables every moment.
To me, that kind of stuff always just makes your company look really immature. Either way, they're marketing the same protein, less calories, more electrolytes, and less sugar per package. And it looks like that was their main focus for these 3 different products that they're delivering. But to me, these numbers are pretty minuscule, and I don't think that it's always the, like, end-all be-all when it comes to nutrition. Like, if I'm a parent, I'm more concerned with what's actually going into this shit. I don't know, I just think it's ridiculous that in this country there's literally almost no restrictions on what they can feed the general public. This is stuff that's literally marketed towards kids, and it's all just a bunch of shit, whether it's Lunchly or Lunchables. It's not good for you and it's a bunch of processed crap. You know, I understand, like, as a parent, oh, it can be easy to just go grab the Lunchly, but God, you're doing your kid a serious disservice if you're feeding them this on a regular basis. And the thing is that Feastables is actually really popular. Unlike Logan Paul and Prime, their sales just continue to progress, and so I don't really get why he would want to attach his boat to a seemingly already sinking ship. And this is actually all coming only around a month after MrBeast would announce his toy line, MrBeast Toys.
In this ad, I'm going to tell you about the greatest toy on earth, MrBeast Lab Swarms.
Can I drink this? Put it down.
Just mix them, shake them, and create your MrBeast. There's over 100 swarms to collect.
Is this one rare? No. Is this one rare? No.
This one is the rarest of them all, the Hyperchrome Micro Panther. Mix, shake, and create. Swarms, each sold separately.
Thanks, Jimmy. I'm gonna keep this one. You can't. There's only 1,000. 999.
And obviously, MrBeast audience is primarily kids, so he's going to be making products like toys, candy, and now Lunchly, okay? It's all geared towards kids, which to me is kind of crazy given everything that's happened and transpired over the last couple of months with some of the decision making that he was making in regards to who he was hiring, who he was putting in charge of important financial and other matters in the company. I mean, overall, it just makes this rollout look a little bit crazy to me, but if one thing is also clear, it's that MrBeast is likely not going to let anything stop him from pursuing his original plan before all this drama unfolded, and he's just gonna keep rolling with the punches. At this point, I think he's moved on. I really don't expect him to even make a statement about any of the dog pack videos, or like go on video or go on a podcast and actually talk about the Chris situation either. All we're gonna get is like this PR apology statement from his Twitter page, and even like from a YouTube standpoint, he's just kept it moving. He's kept uploading videos as he normally would. Okay guys, so it is officially the next day, and I do have a couple of updates because this tweet right here from Dan TDM, it really pissed off the boys involved with this operation. So he says, "What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better." And obviously, I absolutely agree with his sentiment here. They're framing this like, oh, we're the healthier alternative, when really it's still the same processed crap. And so KSI responds first. I guess he thought this would be like a slam dunk, where he shares some of this guy Dan TDM's products. And it appears that they're all just pretty much toys or little figurines. I don't really get how this is relevant towards any sort of argument he could be making, because these toys aren't gonna ruin the health of the kids that he was likely promoting them to. And if he's just trying to shit on the product itself, saying it's like low grade, well, that's quite ironic because he sold the very same things. And so obviously people started to make the argument towards him that he's really just talking about the food and it being processed shit. And so he says, but, he was talking about food, JJ. He was sponsored, then promoted, and made a whole video on Munch Pack, a monthly sub box full of food and candy to his Minecraft audience full of kids. Now what? Well, yeah, he might have promoted this subscription service 9 years ago, keep in mind. But that in no way equates to him heading this company and relentlessly promoting a product that he owns, that he's going to make the majority of the profit from, that is obviously not going to be good for anyone. Now here's where Logan comes around to respond to the same tweet where he says, "I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our life creating content and building our brands. Now we want to build businesses. You don't say anything when Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead. But when we create a better version, you're upset? Then don't eat it." Honestly, I just find this to be another really lazy cop-out. Like, dude, no YouTuber is going to be mad at a fellow YouTuber for getting out there and expanding their business. But when you're doing it in this way that just looks so damn lazy, and obviously you're like peddling these products on kids, I think that some criticism there is absolutely fair. Not even to mention that I'm pretty sure they, allegedly, found some lead within some Prime, okay? I think they've been sued a couple of times for it, but guess you don't want to say nothing about that. And even the virtuous MrBeast had to come through with his reply to this very same tweet, okay? It rubbed them really the wrong way. And he says Lunchables sells hundreds of millions of units and countless people eat it. Our goal is to give people a better for you alternative to it. Our turkey meal, for example, is 80 less calories. Wow, mind-blowing. That's such a big difference. 60% less sugar, more electrolytes. We use real cheese. They use cheese product. They can't call it cheese. Higher quality meat, etc. Obviously, eating fresh chicken and broccoli is healthier, but if someone is going to eat a pre-made meal like this, which millions of people do through Lunchables, then I think giving them a higher quality version at roughly the same price is a net good in my opinion, and why we launched Lunchly. Oh yeah, you know, you just did it out of the good of your heart. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the millions of potential dollars you could make. I mean, I won't lie, there's the one thing that I don't really like about MrBeast and his whole brand. I know that he has done a lot of good for this world, but that doesn't mean that every single move he makes, especially like his more businessy moves, his more profit-driven moves, have to also be painted in like this positive light, like, oh, I'm doing something good, guys. Because you're really not, dude. You're kind of just like stacking on to an already existing problem. They would also release this short video doing a direct comparison between Lunchly and Lunchables, and this is where you get some of that classic MrBeast marketing, which is pretty much just shitting on your opponent.
Lunchly versus Lunchables.
With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch Bar. Feastables Crunch Bar. If you look at this close up, you can already tell which one has better ingredients. All right, we'll start off with the Lunchables.
Bro, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's
who would have
trash.
guessed they
All right,
hate
now
them?
we're trying Lunchly.
I bet they're gonna love them.
We're not biased at all, but ours is way better. This is a Lunchly salsa right here. Look at the consistency, the texture. And this is Lunchables. This, look, it's watery. I can't even look at that. With 400 milligrams of electrolytes, my God!
And it's available for around $4. Super affordable. Go give it a try.
Yeah, personally, I would not be partaking. I might make a little video just to compare this to a Lunchable so I can collect some ad dollars. But yeah, guys, you really do have to start thinking about what you're putting into your body. You know, I had to have that realization a couple years back. I was just eating like an absolute pig, ordering DoorDash all the fucking time, filling my body with all this different processed food and chemicals. And honestly, past like your physical appearance, when you're digesting all of that nonsense, it can straight up make you mentally unhealthy, okay? All that shit is going straight to your brain. It's what's literally fueling the machine that is your body. And just picture like if your body was a car, it'd be like dumping a bunch of used, nasty oil into it. Like, it's not going to make for a very efficient machine. But either way, I do want to know what you guys think about this down below. Will you be trying Lunchly? Personally, I think it'll be one of those things like Prime, where it will be kind of a hot product at first, but then quickly the gimmick will kind of wear off. And I just don't really see them taking any actual market share from Lunchables in the long term. But y'all let me know what you guys think about this down below. As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and some other YouTuber products out here need to be covered. So I'm out. Peace!